Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Perfectly Blended. Thanks so much for clicking on. Today's video, I've got some cleaning to do, a dump run, a quick trip to Winco, followed by a grocery haul, and then I'm going to be cooking dinner. So join me as I get it all done. All right, here I'm getting some dishes done. I'm letting that pan over there on the other side of the sink sit and soak for a little while. I actually sprayed it with the Dawn spray real quick, and then once I'm done doing all these dishes, I will then soak that one. So I'm just here cleaning up some dishes from this morning. There were just a couple from last night, I think some ice cream and things like that. I like to use Dawn dish soap and a little splash of bleach when I hand wash. So yeah, I'm going to finish these up and then I'll let that other large pan soak for a little while. Okay, moving on to the living room. I didn't have much to do. I just had to straighten up the couches. This is a couch cover I bought for my dog because she'll get up on the couch and lay, and I bought it to protect the couch. I did just shake it off, so I will have to come in and vacuum. And I did wipe off the coffee table off camera. But anyways, really wasn't much to do in here, so that's together. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming along. So my son and I got up early and we already loaded up. I have like a little SUV. We loaded that up so it's already ready to go. Took my son, dropped him off, came back, did the kitchen, the dishes that needed to be done. It wasn't very many. And picked up the living room as you saw. So I just threw this on, which I'll probably just keep this on as I do the dump run and run to Winco. But I have my pajama bottoms still on, so I'll change those, throw something else on, get my face together, probably do a little something to my hair, and we'll be off. But first, I want to get the bathroom done and vacuum, like I said earlier. Today is a day that I watch my grandson as well, so I'll be waiting for him to get here. So, without further ado, let me run and do this, and then get myself together, and we'll be out the door to the dump. See you in a minute. Oh, I wanted to share. This is my new Coach purse. I got it the other day. My grandson and I met my parents at the mall for lunch, so that was fun. Got the pan in here soaking, so now I'm going to go ahead and get to the bathroom. All right, the bathroom wasn't too crazy. I just really needed to disinfect, kind of give everything a wipe down. So I'm in here cleaning out the bathtub and the shower, and then onto the mirror to get all the little splats off from brushing their teeth and, you know, getting ready in the morning, and wiping out and cleaning out the sink. And then I'll move on to the toilet. I use both these disposable toilet brushes. I enjoy to use those, but I also like to use Comet and bleach in my toilet. So when I do that, I also just have a regular toilet brush that I keep off behind my toilet. But anyways, getting the toilet all cleaned up. I have boys and my grandsons are very mobile, so I like to keep that wiped down best I can. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then the bathroom's pretty much done, and we'll move on to vacuuming. All right, finally I'll top it off with some Febreze and get it smelling fresh, including my remote. So there you go. That smells nice and fresh now. Anyway, so got that all done and I'm going to go get ready. And next stop, I guess, will be the dump. Well, I finished getting ready. My grandson is here. Hey, baby. All right, I had to get my grandson situated there real quick. Papa's exercise ball and a little fun on the TV. Anyway, so we are getting ready to go do the dump run first because, like I said, my little SUV is completely packed. And then we'll run to the community college, do what we need to do there, and probably grab my oldest. And I think he's gonna go with us to Winco, get what we need to get because it's right down the street from there. Shoot home and do a grocery haul for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get in the car and get going. See you at the dump. Okay, here we are in the car, packed in. We're going bye-bye. Hi. Yep, this household. Got all that done. We got the dump done. All right, we made it to Winco, so we'll run in here and get what we need to get. Back home, I'm going to do a quick grocery haul. We got these steaks. I think I might do these tonight with like some potatoes. And then I got this salmon and I do cream cheese. And we put, it's like kind of like for a stuffed salmon. So I saute this up with the cream cheese and the salmon, season it all. And then I put it in a puff pastry type thing, which is around here. I'll show that. This is the ground beef I always get. I make tacos and hamburger patties out of that. And then I got this roast because they just marked that down too. So we'll do that this week. I got this salad mixture. This is just for like taco salads and stuff. I did get some asparagus, which will probably go with the salmon. Bacon for the morning. My husband eats bacon. And I got hamburger buns for the hamburgers we make, but I also got extra hamburger buns because my son loves hamburgers, and I keep like the frozen patties if I'm not making them, just so he can make them. So I just get him extra buns I keep in the fridge. And then, of course, our tortillas, which will be for tacos, but also breakfast burritos. I saw these. I thought that's good for maybe like a lunch on the weekend, just to throw in the air fryer, biscuits and croissants. We got bread for sandwiches. I might make some French toast over the weekend. French fries. I got two different kinds. I got these ones and crinkle fries. Cereal. And then the other. I got the white vinegar because I like to use that for cleaning, and I was out. Always need to have this. One of my sons really likes chicken Alfredo or chicken fettuccine. So I got the noodles too. Our taco seasoning. These are the slices we like to use for our hamburgers or cheeseburgers, I guess, huh? And then just a little meat for sandwiches over the weekend. Individual Cheez-Its for my older son who lives here. He likes to just keep those in his room. Some apple juice. I got some I didn't realize I got light, but hey. Sour cream. And then some creamer. We have vegetable oil. The chips that I always get. We got Eggos for weekdays. Cheese for my nachos. Cheese Texas toast. For when we do the chicken or fettuccine. These pizzas for my son. Hold on, I'm going to have to help little guy here real quick. All right, I'm back. Not quite sure where I left off. I believe I talked about this. And Oreos. Anyone else feel like double stuffed Oreos now or like regular Oreos before? I don't know. I always buy double stuffed now. This is the puff pastry. This is what I use when I make the fish. So I'll show that when I do that. Back over here, Eggos, like I said, for the morning, our toast. This is the cheese I always use for my nachos. I also got my diced jalapenos, just like my regular chips, cheese, and jalapenos. Yellow potatoes, and then the regular russet potatoes. Milk. I got 2 more paper towels. I have some, and it's time to go to Costco and get some more, but I just wanted to make sure I had some to hold over till next week. This is the chip box that my son chose. And then some chili for the weekend. 2 more things of corn. This is the coffee my husband prefers. And then I like these little cookies, Winko cookies. I think they're pretty good. Chicken Franks. This is what I get for the dog as her little treat, or sometimes I'll stuff her little chew bone or something like that. I got some plates just because, make it easier on the weekend. And that is pretty much it. Like I said, I got soda. That's downstairs. Yeah. So now I guess it's time to get it all put away. All right, now on to dinner. I just washed the meat, so I was giving it a good pat down, wash my hands, and then rinse off the potatoes. And now I'm going to go ahead and season my meat. I like to use Johnny's seasoning salt and garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of salt, and pepper. And I do season both sides, so you'll see me turn over the meat and then re-season again. All right, now I'm peeling the potatoes. And let me know down in the comments below, do you peel the skins off with the yellow potatoes or red potatoes? I know some people do, some people don't. Anyway, so I peeled them and I cut them up in small pieces so that they'll boil quicker. Add a little bit of salt, garlic to the water. Here, I'm cutting up my little pats of butter. I'm going to add one to the skillet to melt down for the asparagus. And now I'm going to put some oil in my cast iron. This is what I'm going to use to cook the steaks. And now I'm going to put some biscuits on a tray and just pop that in the oven. And now my cast iron is ready, so I'm placing my steaks in. I like my steak to be kind of medium. My family likes them well done. Next, I'm going to rinse off the asparagus, pat them dry, cut off the ends, and put them in with that butter that's melting. And I got the potatoes going. So I did add a little butter to the steak and a little bit of this steak seasoning. And then for the asparagus, I like to add a little garlic and onion to that. And now I'm checking the potatoes, and those are done. So I'll go ahead and drain those. All right, once my potatoes are drained, I'll add some salt and pepper and just a little bit of garlic powder. I also add sour cream and a little bit of milk. And I do use quite a bit of butter when I make my potatoes. So here I'm hand mashing them, and I add a smidget more salt, and there's some butter. So I'll finish up with that, and then the biscuits are done, and the steaks are ready, and it's time to eat. Well, dinner is done. It was delicious. Thanks so much for coming along with me today. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.